All right, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino, and you and I are back together again at last. All kinds of fun today. Let's talk. So it is Wednesday, July 8th, 2020. I want to talk about gold and silver right off the bat. Unless you live under a rock, these assets have been on quite a run lately. And to me, well, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say we're entering a new bull run with regard to physical gold, physical silver. Look, as we know, right now, these assets are so unbelievably undervalued based on the explosion of global debt that it's nearly impossible for anyone to get their head around. I mean, both gold and silver, honestly, this common knowledge, should be exponentially higher than they are right now. And they're going to get there. There's no doubt about it. Despite what has been going on, well, for decades, the suppression of the price action of these assets by who? I think we all know now, JP Morgan, let's call them out, has been beyond belief. But again, it can only go so far. We have an environment of, I cannot, it's hard, again, it's crazy. Look, I'm losing my ability to speak. Massive debt expansion. It's unprecedented. And again, the reason why we're not seeing, and we won't, epic hyperinflation is because they killed the global economy to stop the money velocity. Without cash moving, you can't have hyperinflation. Can't happen. But again, there is going to be a moment when all of these trillions upon trillions upon trillions of extra bills in any form they exist in is going to chase the same amount of goods. And that's going to happen when we get a massive sell-off in the debt market. That will occur. It's a mathematical certainty. Who in their right mind would want to hold a unit of debt here when you could earn multiples on your cash in this nonsense fake stock market that keeps going up? It's incredible. So that's the way it's going to go here. So, let's talk about something else. With regard to cryptocurrencies, same thing. We're going to see another bull run here with regard to cryptocurrencies. So what I'm looking for, and I believe we're in the early stages of this, is a massive bull run with regard to gold, silver, and cryptocurrencies. And stock market's going to inflate along with it. Again, as long as the Fed continues to inflate their balance sheet, and I don't know how many of you get the Trends Journal. I just wrote a really, I think, on-point article with regard to the situation we are in. I think I nailed it as well. All right, look, so let's back up. So right now, as I am doing this video blog, trading doesn't start for about half of an hour. Stock futures are flat. Gold and silver are catching a bid. Crude oil's up slightly. Dollar's about flat. 10-year yield 0.66. So that's the situation we're in here. But again, with the Federal Reserve taking over the earth right now, that's what they're doing, is a global takeover with trillions more that are going to be printed out of thin air, added to a digital screen. We got the White House yesterday. I want another trillion, and I want it by August. That's the next installment here of many. And they were talking about the cap. I made fun of it. Let's put a cap on it. Yeah, a cap. Yeah, right. They want you to believe that's it. The fact that they're trying to convince you that they're putting a cap should tell you that there's much more coming. Much more. And that's the end game. I mean, the Federal Reserve's over century-long plan to be the lender and buyer of last resort, and therefore the owner of it all, is in full swing. The Fed is in absolute control of the global markets right now. Again, why? The Fed is the hub. All of these central banks around the world are owned by the same entities. It's incredible. But we're watching it happen. We're allowing it to happen in many ways, and I think some people want it to. It's a new world order, people. You better get used to it. Anyway, with that said, that's where we're at. And I think what I'm telling you here is the truth. And, of course they're going to play their games. They're going to try to keep the price of gold and silver suppressed for as long as they possibly can. Despite the pretty amazing gains that we've seen lately, they can't control it all. It's impossible. They're going to try. But I think, and as I've been saying forever now, every time they beat down the price of physical gold, physical silver, and cryptocurrencies is a buying opportunity in this environment of ever-expanding, exploding epic debt. It should make absolute sense to you, and it goes right back to what I've been saying since day one. Bet against this debt and become your own central bank. Look, we got this covered, you and me, from every possible angle that you want to think about. I mean, I'm not a one-trick pony, so I tell you what you should be holding here. Own things, assets, hard assets especially. I think gold and silver are the most, especially silver, the most undervalued asset in the history of the world. There's nothing more suppressed than the price of physical silver right now. It's the investment of the century, maybe of the last 1,000 years. That's the truth. Anyway, everything. I'm out of here. I got to get to work. Love you a lot. Please share the video.